Yo, it's Travelli, I'm back, and today I'm telling you guys why I believe Trae Young and Kevin Huerter, aka Ice Trae and Red Velvet, are the future of the Atlanta Hawks. Now, if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe so we can get this channel out to as many people as possible. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you get my daily notifications for when I'm dropping videos, which is Monday through Friday, because I'm never slacking. Now let's jump into the action.
Hey, we just gotta get away. We just gotta get away. We just gotta.
So, after a miraculous run to the Eastern Conference Finals, including wins over the Knicks and Sixers in series played without home court advantage, the Hawks find themselves down 2-1 in a best-of-7 that had an incredible Game 3 last night. Unfortunately for these young Hawks, they ran out of steam towards the end of the game, missing wide-open threes and just letting too much go through Middleton on their offensive end, where he was able to knock down threes and mid-range shots at will. And also, the Trae Young ankle injury wasn't as big of a factor as commentators on TNT were insinuating. It remains to be seen, but I definitely think that the tide started to turn when Trae went down after stepping on the ref's foot accidentally. But anyway, the point is that no one even predicted the Hawks to get to this point, but they did, and here we are with a very competitive series. And we would not be in this position without the role players like John Collins, Clint Capella, and Gallinari off the bench. Bogdanovich was a staple in the regular season, but I see a ceiling on his potential, to be honest, unfortunately, and this injury was visually decimating his confidence. But the main reason for me making this video with such a ridiculous vision for the future is because I'm simply impressed with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter in these playoffs. Trae Young is obviously an offensive monster packed in a tiny but agile frame, and I think he's built to be, shaking defenders and speeding by defenders no matter who it is. His deadly three-point accuracy and dribbles combined with a precise floater pretty much makes him virtually unguardable, and all this team needs is one more scoring threat, and I think that they just discovered it in this game. Kevin Huerter, the third-year guard out of Maryland, has shown a rather impressive string of games in the conference semifinals leading up to this matchup. Now, Huerter averaged 13 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists to go along with over half a block and steal per game, and this was coming pretty much as a change up when he was moved into the starting lineup because the Hawks needed to make a change. And his aggressive take in Game 1 and Game 7, I believe, was the difference in the Hawks being able to take this series from the Sixers. Scoring 17 and 20 in losses also showed that Trae has another guy next to him that can make shots in absence of Bogdanovich, who was playing poorly, and efficiency in all but one game was on point, going 6 for 9 in Game 1, 8 for 10 in Game 2, 7 for 15 in Game 6, and 10 for 18 in Game 7. Huerter's defense was key as well, having the best frame for a two guard at 6'7" with that insane wingspan. This guy can actually play some top-notch matador defense with the ability to, front and block shots. Early on, I kind of thought, okay, this kid's young, let's see what happens. But now that he's literally guarding Middleton for 40 minutes a night, and it's not as bad as you think it would be, look up Middleton's shooting for the first 3 games, and I think you'll be surprised. I'm liking what I see from this kid. If the Hawks choose to keep Huerter as a starter and ramp up his usage a little, you might see the ability for Trae to make double teams look silly. Teams will not want to leave Huerter open from 3 if he is knocking it down at 40% a clip. And then stopping Trae Young is always the main priority for the opposing team. So if Bogdanovich comes back next year and is himself again, then the Hawks will have a stable and young nucleus of players to pay and keep this thing rolling. So at the end of the day, I believe the young core of Trae Young and Kevin Huerter are the pieces that they need to keep in Atlanta because they have the most chemistry, they have the most potential. They don't have that big of a ceiling because you don't know what you're going to get out of Kevin Huerter yet. If he's going to go, score 20 points a game and give you really good defense for 40 minutes, then that could be a really pivotal second or third piece on a good team moving forward. I'm not going to say that they're the Splash Brothers yet. I mean, you could say that if they both go off next year, or if they somehow come back to beat the Bucks in this series and then go on to the finals and win, then okay. And if Kevin Huerter's averaging like 15 to 20 points in the finals, then all right, you know what, I'll say it. Then they're the next Splash Brothers. They're Splash Bros 2.0. I'll give Atlanta fans whatever you want. But at the end of the day, Red Velvet and Ice Trae, I believe they're the core of players you need to keep in Atlanta. And moving forward, you should have a very bright future if you're an Atlanta fan. Now, that's all I got for today, guys. We will see Atlanta back in action on Tuesday night on TNT. It should be 8:30 Eastern time in Atlanta, so go ahead and watch that if you guys are free, and let me know what you guys think about Trae Young and Red Velvet, aka Kevin Huerter. So I'll see y'all later. Peace.
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little glimpse.